There is a very specific pressure that comes with holding a high-speed drill over a living patient for the first time. In this environment, a fraction of a millimeter is the difference between a successful procedure and permanent nerve damage. This creates a difficult educational paradox. Achieving surgical mastery requires thousands of repetitions, yet human anatomy is finite, expensive to simulate, and carries significant risk when used as a primary training ground. The healthcare metaverse addresses this by providing an interconnected web of virtual spaces. This clinical staging ground combines VR, AR, and AI to create a high-fidelity parallel to the physical office. While traditional textbooks rely on two-dimensional diagrams that require spatial imagination, this immersive space allows a student to physically step inside the anatomy. This shift changes dental training from a struggle against resource scarcity into a practice of infinite, risk-free repetition. Traditional labs are restricted by physical inventory. We see here the reliance on physical models and local collaboration, limiting training. Metaverse methods replace these constraints. Virtual platforms provide students a consistent, borderless environment for study. Haptic simulation tools introduce the element of touch to these virtual models. Students encounter physical resistance as they work, feeling the distinct vibration of a drill against enamel and the sudden change in tension when hitting soft tissue. Artificial intelligence acts as a persistent tutor in this space, tracking every movement in real time to identify millimeter-level errors and provide objective feedback on the student's performance. Since these platforms are hosted in the cloud, geography no longer dictates who can work together. A specialist in London and a student in Sydney can share a single virtual operating table. This enables real-time global problem-based learning, where diverse teams collaborate on complex clinical cases, regardless of their physical distance. By digitizing the laboratory, the virtual classroom removes the physical barriers of the traditional clinic, providing a platform for consistent, high-level repetition for any institution with the required technology. Beyond the classroom, surgeons are now generating patient-specific digital twins. These are precise 3D wireframes of a patient's own anatomy, mapped from actual clinical scans. A surgeon can use this model to rehearse a high-risk implant placement dozens of times, testing different angles and depths long before the patient ever arrives at the physical clinic. This parallel space also allows for teleconsultations, where an expert specialist can appear as an avatar to guide a local dentist through a live, complex procedure in real time. For the patient, the virtual world addresses the psychological barriers to care, specifically the widespread anxiety associated with the clinical environment. Patients can use immersive virtual walkthroughs to explore the office from their own homes, acclimatizing to the equipment and the space to reduce their fear before the actual appointment. Clinical data indicates that these simulations directly improve surgical outcomes and contribute to a measurable increase in patient comfort levels. The virtual clinic serves as a final proving ground. By the time a physical procedure begins, the surgeon has already achieved success in the parallel world. While the metaverse removes physical boundaries, it creates significant digital ones. High initial hardware costs remain a barrier, and faculty must navigate a steep learning curve to integrate virtual tools into traditional curricula. We also face the physiological reality of cybersickness, which limits how long a user can safely practice in an immersive environment without experiencing nausea. Perhaps most importantly, the move to decentralized global networks raises critical questions about how to protect highly sensitive patient health data. This is a fragile ecosystem. Realizing it requires significant capital, reliable internet equity, and strict ethical oversight. This raises the question of whether a reliance on virtual environments will eventually phase out the human element of dental care. Digital augmentation refines human performance. A practitioner returning to the physical world brings with them the muscle memory and confidence earned through countless virtual repetitions. This technology produces a more precise dentist, building higher standards of care through the sheer volume of experience possible in the parallel world.